Good morning, students. Yesterday we saw that the generation of impulse voltages and some circuits for producing impulse waves and its behavior and equations, right? So today we will see for the multi-stage impulse generator. We can also call it Mach circuit. So a single capacitor C1 may be used for the voltage up to 200 kilovolt, but beyond this voltage a single capacitor circuit is inconvenient because of the following reasons. The charging unit may be too costly, physical size of the circuit elements become very large, the cost and size of an impulse generator increase at a rate of square or cube of voltage rating. High DC charging voltage is required. Switching of very high voltage with spark gap is difficult. Okay, so these are the some reasons we cannot use single capacitor circuit beyond the 200 kV. So for producing high vary voltage, a bank of capacitor are charged in the parallel and then discharged in series manner. This concept was originally proposed by Marx. It is now widely known as multi-stage impulse generator or Mach circuit. So here we can show the circuit diagram. It has parallel combination and series combination of resistance and capacitance and the load. Here Rs is a charging resistance and R1 and R2 are wave shaping resistors. Okay, R1 and R2 can only used on load side. And C is capacitance of generator, G is a speed gap, and T for our test object. This is the schematic diagram of Mach circuit and also its modification is shown here. This is the second circuit. Here we have two capacitors C2 and NC1 and the resistors are R1 and R2 and Rs. Okay, so these two are modification of Mach circuit. Okay, so the charging resistance Rs is chosen to limit the charging current to about 50 to 100 milliampere, and the generator capacitance C is chosen such that the product C into Rs is about to 10 seconds to 1 minute. The gap spacing is chosen such that the breakdown voltage of the gap is greater than the charging voltage. So all capacitance are charged to the voltage V in about 1 minute. When the impulse generator is to be discharged, the gap G are made to spark over simultaneously by some external means. Thus, all the capacitor C gets connected in series and discharged into the load capacitance or the test object. The discharge time constant is C into R1 divided by N. N is for number of stages, will be very small in microseconds compared to the charging time constant C into Rs, which will be in few seconds. Hence, no discharge take place through the charging resistance Rs. In the Mach circuit of figure shown in this, the impulse wave shaping circuit is connected externally to the capacitor unit, whereas in modified Mach circuit, the resistance R1 and R2 are incorporated inside the unit. R1 is divided into n equal parts equal to the R1 divided by n and put in the series with the gap of G. And R2 is also divided into n parts and arranged across each capacitor unit after gap G. This arrangement saves space and also cost is reduced. But in the case the wave shape is to be varied widely, the variation becomes difficult as we are not using wave shape resistors. The additional advantage gained by distributing R1 and R2 inside the unit are that The control resistance are smaller in size and efficiency output divided by input is also high. So now let's see the rating of impulse generator. Impulse generator are nominally rated by the total voltage, the number of stages and the gross energy stored. The nominal voltage is the number of stages n into multiplied by charging voltage. The energy stored in nominal voltage is 1 upon CV square. Here C is C1 and it is equivalent to C by N, the discharge capacitance, and V is V nominal. Okay, so here we have 16 stage. Like if we use 16 stage impulse generator having a stage capacity of 0.28 microfarad and a maximum charging voltage of 300 kilovolt will have an energy rating of 192 kilowatt per second. Okay, so these are the values. Now components used in a multi-stage impulse generator. A multi-stage impulse generator requires several components parts for flexibility and for the production of the required wave shape. Like first is DC charging unit. The charging unit should be capable of giving a variable DC voltage of either polarity to charge the generator capacitors to the required value. Second is charging resistance. These will be non-inductive high value resistors of about 10 to 100 kilo ohms. Each resistor will be designed to have a maximum voltage between 50 to 100 kV. Generator capacitors and spark gaps. The capacitors are arranged vertically one over the other with all spark gaps aligned. The capacitors are designed for several charging and discharging operations. On dead short circuit, the capacitor will be capable of giving 100 kA of current. The spark gap will be usually spheres or hemispheres of 10 to 25 cm diameter. Now the wave shaping resistors and capacitors. Resistors will be non-inductive wound type and should be capable of discharging impulse currents of 1000 ampere or more. Each resistor will be designed for a maximum voltage of 50 to 100 kV. Modern impulse generators have their wave shaping resistors included internally with a flexibility to add additional resistors outside when generator capacity is changed. Triggering system. This system consists of triggering spark gap to cause spark breakdown of the gaps. It is discussed in next section. Voltage divider. If either damped capacitors or resistor type and an oscilloscope with recording arrangement are provided for measurement of voltage across the test object. So these are the values and components parts we used in our multi-stage impulse generator. Now we see two Marx and modified Marx circuit of multi-stage impulse generator. Let's make some difference between them and compare it. We can compare in terms of connections, shape required, wave shape variation, size of control resistors and cost. Okay, so in terms of connection, impulse wave shaping circuits is connected externally to the capacitor unit and in modified it connected inside the unit. Space required is more in Marx circuit and less in modified. Wave shape variation wide variation can be obtained in wave shape, while in modified Marx circuit wide variation in wave shape is difficult to obtain. Marx circuit is bigger in size. What is this size? It is the size of control resistors and they are smaller in size in modified Marx circuits. The cost is more of marked circuit and less for modified marked circuits. Okay. So let's see tripping at control of impulse generator. Here the circuit is shown here. Okay, the circuit of 3 electrode gap of tripping impulse generator. So what is tripping? The gaps are arranged such that the sparking of one gap result in automatic sparking of other gap as overvoltage is impressed on the other. In order to have consistency in sparking, irradiation in the form of UV lamp is provided at the bottom of all the gaps. How we can control this tripping? The control over tripping enables us to trip the generator at a predetermined time. One way of doing this is by mounting the spark gap on a movable frame and by reducing the gap distance by moving the electrode closer. This method is however difficult and doesn't assure consistent and controlled tripping. So the other method is used by 3 electrode gap shown in this figure. The switch S is closed, which initiates the sweep circuit of the oscillograph. The same impulse is applied to the grid of the thyraton tube. The inherent time delay of this thyraton tube ensure that the sweep circuit begin to operate before the start of the high voltage impulse. A further delay can be introduced if required by means of a capacitance resistance circuit R1 C1. Okay. The tripping impulse is applied through the capacitor C2 during the charging period of the generator. The anode of the thyraton tube is held at a positive potential of about 20 kV. The grid is held at negative potential with the help of B battery so that it does not conduct during charging period, and as the switch S is closed, the trigger pulse is applied to the grid of the thyraton tube which conducts, and negative impulse of 20 kV is applied to the central sphere which triggers the impulse generator. Okay, here we shown the trigatron gap. The 3 electrode gap required larger space and elaborate construction. The trigatron in comparison requires much smaller gap. It consists of high voltage spherical electrode of suitable size, an earth maintained electrode of sphere shape, a trigger electrode through the main electrode. So when a tripping pulse is applied to the rod, the field is destroyed in the main gap and the latter breaks down at a voltage appreciably lower than that required to cause its breakdown in the absence of tripping pulse. So here a typical tripping using a trigatron is shown. The capacitor C1 is charged through a high resistance R1. As the remotely controlled switch S is closed, a pulse is applied to the sweep circuit of the oscillograph through the capacitor C3. At the same time, the capacitor C2 is charged up and a triggering pulse is applied to the trigger electrode of the trigatron. The requisite delay in triggering the generator can be provided by suitably adjusting the value of R2 and C2. The residual charge on C2 can be discharged through the high resistance R3. These days, lasers are also used for tripping the spark gap. The trigatron also has a phase shifting circuit associated with it so as to synchronize the initiation with time with an external alternating voltage. The trigatron is designed so as to prevent the overcharging of impulse capacitor in case of an accidental failure of triggering. And we have some methods of generating high voltage. So there are main two, high DC voltage and high AC voltage. In high DC voltage, we already saw full wave and half wave rectifier circuit, voltage doubler circuit, multiplier circuit, and electrostatic machine. In electrostatic machine, we already saw Van de Graaff generator and electrostatic generator. The second one is impulse voltage. In impulse voltage, we also studied the circuits of producing impulse wave and multi-stage impulse generator Mach circuit. And the third, high AC voltage, we saw cascaded transformer and resonant transformer. Now we will see the current, impulse current generator. So for impulse current generator, protective gear like surge diverters have to discharge the lightning circuits without damage. Therefore, generation of impulse current waveforms of high magnitude around 100 kA peak find applications in test work as well as basic research on non-linear resistors, electric arc studies, and studying relating to electric plasma in high current discharge. So here small t11 and t12 are the time to front of wave 1 and 2, and t21 and t22 are time to tail of wave 1 and 2. Small i1 is the overshoot, capital I is damped oscillatory wave, and I1 is overdamped wave. So the wave shape used in testing surge diverters are 4/10 and 8/20 microseconds. The tolerance allowed on these are plus or minus 10% only. So for producing impulse current of large value, a bank of capacitors are connected in parallel and are charged to the specified voltage and are discharged through a series RL circuit as shown in this figure. C represents the bank of capacitors connected in parallel which are charged from DC source to a voltage up to 200 kV, and R represents the dynamic resistance of the test object and the resistance of the circuit, and the shunt L is an air cooled high current inductor, usually a spiral. So these are the circuit for high impulse current generator. If the capacitor is charged to a voltage V and discharged, then the spark gap is triggered and the current Im will be given by the equation like this: V equal to R into Im plus L di by dt plus 1 upon C 0 to 2 t time period of it. Circuit is usually underdamped, thus R by 2 is less than of under root of L by C. So we can say Im equal to P by omega L exponential of minus alpha t of sin omega t. Here alpha is R by 2L and omega is 1 upon LC minus R square by 4L square. As the time taken for the current Im to rise from 0 to first peak, the value will be of T1 will be Tf equal to 1 upon omega sin inverse omega divided by under root of Lc, and for 1/2 cycle of damped oscillatory wave T2 will be pi by under root of or pi by omega. For producing large values of the impulse current, a number of capacitors are charged in parallel and discharged in parallel into the circuit. The arrangement of capacitors we shown here. So the essential parts of an impulse current generators are a DC charging unit giving a variable voltage to the capacitor bank, capacitors of high value in terms of 0.5 to 5 microfarad, each with very low self-inductance, capable of giving high short circuit currents, an additional air cooled inductor of high current value, proper shunts an oscillograph for measurement purpose, and a triggering unit and spark gap for initiation of current generator. So these are the essential parts for an impulse generator, impulse current generator, and this is the circuit. Here we have completed our chapter of generation of high voltage. From next lecture we will start new chapter, measurement of high voltage.